Have you ever wondered why most of us would rather take $50 today instead of $60 a year from now? The answer lies in our time preferences, a fascinating area of behavioral economics that explores how we value present versus future rewards. Today, we're diving into intertemporal choice and what it reveals about our decision-making. Let's start with the rational paradigm. In theory, rational decision-making involves consistent preferences over time. This means that if we decide today to save money for a future goal, we won't change our minds later. No need for commitment mechanisms like automated savings plans. While the model accommodates for the human tendency to struggle with waiting and being impatient, it requires consistency. But in reality, people are not always time consistent. There are two main models to describe time preferences: exponential and hyperbolic discounting. Exponential discounting assumes consistency over time, meaning our preferences remain stable. For instance, if we decide today to wait for $100 in a month instead of taking $50 in a week, we will stick to that decision when the $50 option becomes available. This corresponds to rational, consistent economic decision-making. In contrast, hyperbolic discounting reveals that we value rewards more as they become imminent. This means that while we might plan today to wait for $100 in a month instead of taking $50 in a week, when the moment to choose arrives, we are likely to take the $50. This tendency explains why we may claim we will start a diet today but succumb to a craving tomorrow. Consider this example. You decide today to have dinner with friends tomorrow and believe that eating healthy is the best choice. You prefer a steakhouse over an Italian restaurant. However, when tomorrow arrives and you're faced with the restaurant options and their menus, you might find yourself tempted by pizza. This conflict between long-term goals and short-term desires highlights the importance of commitment mechanisms, such as planning ahead. By committing today to go to the steakhouse, you can ensure that pizza won't even be an option. While commitment plays no role in the case of exponential discounting, it is useful when preferences are hyperbolic. And observing commitment devices such as promises or illiquid assets indicate that people understand to some extent that they need to tie their hands. The same principle applies to decisions involving an immediate costly effort rather than a reward, such as completing a tedious assignment. Hyperbolic discounting often leads people to delay or procrastinate. While you might plan to finish the assignment tomorrow to get it out of the way, when the time comes, you're likely to find an excuse and postpone it instead. How aware are we of our time inconsistencies? This brings us to naivete versus sophistication. A naive individual underestimates their future tendency to succumb to craving or to procrastinate on effort, while a sophisticated individual anticipates this and takes steps to avoid it. For example, setting deadlines or automating tasks. The hyperbolic discounting model suggests that we are like a succession of selves, each with different goals. Today's self prioritizes immediate gratification and tends to undervalue the difference in reward intensity between future periods, focusing instead on what is most appealing right now. Another way to think about time preferences is through the planner-doer framework. It presupposes an interpersonal conflict between two entities at each point in time: a rational, forward-thinking planner and an impulsive doer within us, who compete or bargain over a decision. Interestingly, this framework looks like the observed interplay between different brain systems, each system representing different goals when evaluating choices. Typically, some regions within the prefrontal cortex act as a sort of long-term planner, while others are exclusively tuned to evaluate current rewards and act as the doer. Interestingly, time discounting isn't just a human phenomenon. It's observed across the animal kingdom. Studies show that animals like chimpanzees, pigeons, and even bees face similar dilemmas, choosing between smaller immediate rewards and larger delayed ones. For example, chimpanzees often display patience, even outperforming humans in some food-related tasks. However, the context matters greatly. Animals tend to wait longer in foraging scenarios, where patience has clear survival advantages. These behaviors suggest that animals, much like humans, can anticipate the future and exercise self-control, but their choices are also shaped by ecological and survival factors, such as life expectancy and foraging risks. Time preferences have deep evolutionary roots, shaped by natural selection to maximize survival and reproductive success. In humans and other species, discounting, the tendency to prefer immediate rewards, can be linked to reproductive strategies and life expectancy. For example, species with a single reproductive cycle tend to favor immediate benefits, while those with multiple cycles exhibit more long-term planning. Additionally, humans' ability for mental time travel, the capacity to recall past experiences and imagine future scenarios, provides a powerful mechanism for comparing present and future rewards. However, this evolutionary advantage can sometimes be hindered by impulsive tendencies and context-specific pressures. Time perception, the subjective experience of time, plays a crucial role in decision-making. Studies reveal that how we perceive time influences our time preferences and discount rates. For instance, prospective time perception, where individuals are aware they'll estimate time, tends to align with established psychological laws, such as Weber-Fechner's and Stevens' laws, which show that our perception of time and other stimuli isn't linear but logarithmic. Interestingly, time perception changes with age, often speeding up as people grow older. Understanding these patterns is vital because they highlight how our decisions, especially those involving delayed rewards, are shaped by the way we internally experience time. Time preferences reveal the intricate dance between our long-term goals and short-term temptations. By recognizing our tendencies and adopting strategies like commitment devices, we can make better decisions for our future selves. Understanding time preferences explains why some people struggle to save money or maintain healthy habits, and it informs policies like retirement plans or public health campaigns. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into behavioral economics.